Yo, what's up, everybody? I'm here to talk about my first impressions of the game. I know a lot of people are wondering what I actually think of the game. I've already had the question asked so many times on stream, on Twitter, or any platform really. So I'm going to make a video on it. First off, my two main worries of going into the game was the performance and the overall balancing of the game. And my two main worries after playing the game now is still performance and balancing. Getting into performance, it's honestly pretty bad. And when I was streaming the game, it's borderline unplayable. It was a night and day difference from just streaming and not streaming the game. I guess me streaming makes me use so many resources that the game feels awful. I don't really know, but when I wasn't streaming, it still felt bad, but it wasn't as bad. So the game definitely needs to be optimized a lot more. And even when I was getting 160 FPS, in certain places, it didn't even feel like 160 FPS. It felt more like 100. So the game just really needs to be optimized. And when it comes to balancing, pretty much the overall balancing of the game needs changes. Getting into that, I still think having 3 gadgets needs to be reduced down to 2. I think 3 gadgets is just too much. Next up, 2 primary weapons. That needs to be straight up removed from the game. You should not be able to run 2 primary weapons. Everyone was just running a shotgun as their second primary. And as soon as you got to close quarter combat, they would just pull out the shotgun and kill you. And on top of that, the shotgun needs to be nerfed as well. I was dying to a shotgun without any attachments on it from a pretty far distance. So remove the 2 primaries, nerf the shotguns. Next up, sweet spot mechanic on snipers. That just also needs to be removed from the game. Snipers should not be able to one-shot you to the body just because you hit the sweet spot. No one actually does it on purpose. It all happens on accident. So their sweet spot mechanic just needs to be removed as well. Moving on to vehicles. As you know, I'm not really a vehicle player, but I did try the tank out a bit, and I've seen other clips of people use vehicles, and the damage seems pretty insane. The gunner in the tank, his turret 2-shots people. So that definitely needs to be nerfed. The attack heli gunner, I also saw him doing crazy damage to infantry, and I saw jets insta-killing other vehicles. And I'm sure there's some other things out there that need to be tweaked as well with the vehicles, but that's just what I saw. And lastly, the Ensign M320. That gun just needs to straight up be removed from the game. They probably won't do that though, but it needs a huge nerf. When you get hit with the Ensign M320, it does initial damage. And then, like in its name, it puts fire on the ground. And if you get caught in that fire, there's a lingering burn effect that stays on you. That does like 20% of your HP. And on top of that, you can't move when you're on fire. And on top of that, you can't even ADS when you're on fire. So this gun needs a huge nerf. They should just take away the movement speed debuff and they should just allow you to ADS and probably reduce the burning damage by a little bit as well. But this gun is just extremely annoying to play against, and people would just shoot it at cover and the fire would kind of wrap around and spread on you. Or if you're playing behind a shield, they just shoot the front of your shield, which breaks the shield, does damage to you, and the fire spreads on you as well. So this gun was extremely annoying to play against and needs a huge nerf. Now getting into the gunplay, I actually think the gunplay was pretty decent. The time to kill definitely needs to be increased, but they've already talked about increasing time to kill. So I think that'll be good. You can kind of laser beam people, but that could also have to do with the time to kill. If they increase the time to kill, then it might be a little bit harder to beam people. And on top of that, bloom might start kicking in more, which would make it even harder. And talking about bloom, it definitely has bloom. And once you kind of get to like medium to long range, you definitely have to burst fire because of the bloom, which is good. And increasing the time to kill might make the gameplay even better. I think it would. And bloom might play more of a factor in that. Now, the only thing that I didn't like about the gunplay, which movement kind of ties into this as well, is the reticle bob. If you jump, if you walk off a little ledge and you're ADS'd, your reticle just starts bobbing everywhere. And personally, I think it just ruins the flow of the game. It needs to be removed. There should be no reticle bob. I think they did it to stop people from jump peeking, which is just dumb. There's so many better ways that you can nerf jump peeking, like Battlefield 4 jump peeking. I'll explain that soon. But the reticle bob needs to be removed. It's ruining the flow. And on top of that, there's a desert map with rocks. And if you're just like moving up and down the rocks, your reticle starts bobbing. And sometimes, you'll fall off like a 1-foot rock and your reticle just starts bouncing everywhere. And you just lose the gunfight and there's nothing you can do. It's extremely annoying and it just needs to be removed. Getting into the Battlefield 4 jump peak now, the way it works is when you jump all the way to right before the peak of your jump, you cannot ADS and shoot. But as soon as you reach the peak of your jump, all the way to the descend, you can shoot and you can ADS. And I feel like that's a good balance of jump peaking that the casual players won't get that mad about. But as it is now, the reticle bob really is just ruining the flow of the gunplay and like the movement. It just needs to go. It's extremely annoying. Now getting into the movement, it's actually pretty decent movement. I kind of wish the movement speed was just a tad bit faster, and I'm pretty sure in the pre-alpha it was actually faster, but they nerfed it a little bit. So I think it'd be nice if kind of went back to the old movement speed, just like a little bit faster, it feels like, but it's still not bad. You can run with your knife out and you go even faster, which I think is pretty cool and it feels nice. Right now, the tech is to jump into a slide, and that's what people are doing. Your reticle doesn't bounce when it does that, and you get some pretty good acceleration. And one thing I found, which is more used defensively, is a slide into prone. So if you prone like right before your slide ends, it almost feels like you get an extended slide. And on top of that, you have like complete control of what direction you want to go. You can be sliding straight, and as soon as you press your prone key, you get like the extra extended slide and you can go hard left. And it's really nice to like use that to slide in the cover or just any defensive way. And it feels really smooth. And I was pretty much glazing it on stream because it felt so nice. But I think the movement would be even better if they just removed the reticle bob. It would flow better with the gunplay. Now, quickly, let's talk about reg. The reg felt fine, but there was definitely some times where I blatantly no-reg people, like shooting them in the side and they just weren't dying at all for like 7 shots. That only happened a couple times. So for the most part, the reg felt fine. But I figured I'd just throw that out there that I did have a couple blatant no regs. Now I want to talk about the assault class, and not because it's OP, but because I truly think the class is useless. I don't know why you would ever play assault. It has no heals. On top of that, he only has 3 magazines, 1 in the gun and 2 reserved. So you constantly run out of ammo. You have no heals. If you do get perk level 2, your passive health regen is faster and it actually feels pretty good. The class is kind of playable since you can heal. But when I was playing it, I was still running out of ammo every single life. I always had no ammo at all. So I just switched off the class and I go play support, and I have unlimited heals. I have unlimited ammo, and it just felt so much better. And I was playing so much better. So I truly think the assault class in its current state is just useless. I don't know why you would ever play it. I know it has buffs to assault rifle, and I didn't even notice the buffs. I went and played support and used assault rifle, and it felt exactly the same. So I don't even know why you would even use this class when support's a thing. They should just re-add the med pen giving you heals, and they should make a perk where you have more ammo. And I think the class would be a lot better. And lastly, I want to talk about red dot sights. There's not a lot of red dot sights in the game, and sometimes the gun doesn't even have like a standard red dot. I don't know why. Like I was using the M4A1 and the last unlock is a red dot and it's pretty clean looking. But then I go use the Ace and there's no standard red dot. I have this like weird green Cobra sight that's not like the Battlefield 4 Cobra sight, and I think it's pretty ass. And other than that, I have to use like a hollow sight, which is hollow sight's pretty mid and not that good. So I don't know why guns don't have just a standard red dot. So I figured that was pretty weird and kind of annoying. And that's pretty much it. And I'm truly enjoying the game. I'm having a lot of fun. I streamed the game for many hours yesterday. I played off stream for a long time as well. I'm really enjoying the game. And the fact that balancing and performance are the 2 main issues, which can be easily fixed, I think is a really good thing. So this game definitely has a lot of potential, and I'm excited to play it when the game actually releases. I'll probably make another video giving you my final thoughts at the end of the beta. But for now, this is how I feel about the game. If you all enjoyed, please leave a like, subscribe. Peace.